Hi, Julie. This is Victoria. I really enjoyed your video, and I wanted to reply back to your video because I too pulled a informed consent from the state of Texas. I currently live in Tennessee, but I used to live in Texas, and I plan to move back to Texas. So I'm always looking at how things are worded, just looking at their laws and regulations there, just becoming more abreast of what's going on in the state of Texas. And what I realized in my informed consent is that we have a lot of similarities. My informed consent also did not have any wording if the counselor shall um, expire. Um, I didn't really have any wording on the implications of treatment, um, diagnosis, or reports. And also, I had a big criticism on their record keeping processes. I believe you said something about they didn't have any information on their records. So mine's also didn't have that information listed as well. Um, in addition to um, the wording of the relationship with the client, the similarities there that you mentioned in yours, mine also says that social invitations and offers of that nature will politely be turned down in honor of our code of ethics associated with our licensing board. If we should see each other in public, we will keep confidentiality and not initiate contact. However, if you see us and would not like to greet us, we are happy to say hello. So I think in a lot of ways, um, they just kind of sound the same, I believe. So that's a reason why I wanted to reply back to your video. However, you mentioned that one of your, I think one of your struggles that you feel like will come upon you will be dual relationships. I found, let's see here, it was in the ACA Code of Ethics, section A6A. It's listed under previous relationships. That's the closest thing I could find that sounds like dual relationships. And basically, I believe that I think it's a common struggle. I think it will definitely be a struggle because it's a small town and you see people that you already befriended, maybe are in different membership organizations and church, maybe um, kids, parent teacher conferences and stuff like that. I think small towns you would run into a lot of that, but I think it's a very common struggle, and I think is that informed consent forms is the best way to protect yourself and the client as to the nature of you guys' relationship as it grows. And that's exactly what it says in section A6A. It says when clients accept these, when counselors accept these clients, those relationships that you have had previously before, as I mentioned before, whether it's in a membership organization, community, church, any of those things like that during relationships. When counselors accept these clients, they take appropriate professional precautions such as informed consent, supervision, and documentation to ensure that judgment is not impaired and no exploitation occurs. So, since we're on the topic of informed consent, I believe this is the perfect way to help um, smooth over your struggles with your relationships. And in the Christian Competent Counseling book, as long as your client is knowledgeable, competent, and is in an involuntary state with someone that you want to do a relationship with, I believe the struggles may seem a little bit more easier. Um, may seem awkward at times, but I believe as long as they're knowledgeable, competent, and the reason why they're there is involuntary, and they sign that informed consent, which basically protects the nature of you guys' relationship, I believe this will work out just fine for you. So hopefully, those struggles are short lived, and that's it.